Good morning, my name is... Good morning, my name is Amy Astrid and welcome to another weekly vlog.
Amy took ages to get ready. You've been in bed since what time?
Okay, it's nearly 1 o'clock, but I was working in bed.
Right. We've got things to do.
Okay, let's go out. Charlie's hurrying me along and fair enough, but I just wanted to get my inbox under control. You know when you've just got emails from like weeks ago and there is no excuse for it, you just haven't taken the time to like sit down and like hold myself at gunpoint basically and just make myself answer everything. But anyway, I'm gonna try new lipstick today. It is the MAC Locked Kiss 24-hour lipstick and it's in the shade Mischief. They sent these through just before Christmas, but I haven't actually had a chance to try them yet. So, ooh, I like that. It's like a nudie brown.
I love nudes.
I'm just gonna ignore that. Ooh, I really like that.
Yeah, same.
I like my nude lipsticks to be like more on the brown side than the pink side. What do you think?
It really brings out the colour in your eyes.
Sure. Anyway, you joined me this week. I'm giving this week's vlog a little bit of a theme, and that theme is decluttering. It's time to sort my life out. It is the 3rd week of January. The first 2 weeks were the first week's always a trial run, and then last week I felt really I felt really unwell for most of it. So for me, this week is like I'm trying to get stuck into 2024 this week, and that is decluttering my house. So yesterday I made a purchase. I finally bought one of these flash power mops. Charlie I think is maybe even more excited about it than I am, but I've wanted to buy one of these for ages. My friend Maria has, I'm pretty sure she has one of these and she says it's very good, but basically I have like a run-of-the-mill mop, you know, like the mop in Fantasia. Is that a mop? You know what I mean, just a normal mop. But I really wanted like a rectangular mop so I can get into the corners. I think this means I'm an adult now because this is definitely boring and I'm loving life. So I got this starter kit which comes with some of the cleaning solution and the mop itself. I bought this by the way, it's not been sent or anything. And then you need batteries for it, but I can't for the life of me work out why you would need batteries for a mop.
And do you know what? It's actually really good value.
Yeah, it was not bad. It was on sale in Robert Dias for like 20 quid, 20 something quid.
I am an absolute sucker for Robert Dias.
Yeah, you do love them.
I do.
Okay, so do we put this in here?
Right.
That looks like it lives there. What on earth do batteries do?
It plays music.
Shut up. That would be quite cool though.
It plays music when it's doing.
What would you want it to play?
Do you know that song in... What's that movie? In the car wash.
But you don't wash cars with it.
Yeah, but like, you know, still cleaning.
I think it should play Scrub Scrub from Wonka. Or It's a Hard Knock Life from Annie. Right, Charlie's just about to start his lunch from work. I thought I said it the wrong way around, but I hadn't. Which means we're about to go on a super fun outing to get my car cleaned, because that is like part 1 of my big life declutter. I need to sort out my car. First step, we need to get everything out. This is actually way less than there normally is.
I'm like a bloody donkey.
Oh, what's in there?
It is the suit that I'm wearing to my brother's wedding.
So. Oh, can I see the colour of it? Oh yeah, very nice.
Yeah.
A navy sleigh.
It took us about 4 hours, and my brother's fiance was like, aren't you boys nearly done yet? And it was like, no, because we spent an hour talking about whether we should be wearing waistcoats or not.
What was your decision?
Our decision was yes, but although that I'm not a fashionista, unlike Amy, that we thought navy or navy doesn't really give much. And then a grey waistcoat with navy, like you might as well wear navy. So it's like, so then we had a conversation and we think cream. Yeah. A nice cream.
I'm wearing cream and navy today.
And that's a sleigh.
This is what it'll look like.
I don't think it, like if we just imagine that it like kind of cuts off there.
Yeah.
And then you wear like a thing over the top. But yeah, anyway, we need to go. Bye-bye.
Oh no, we need the money and also a bin bag. Okay, it's car wash time. I've put this off for so long because yeah, but where I live there is no like outdoor hose, so I can't do it myself. I have to go somewhere. So I've had it done at a couple of those machines. They just don't get all of the little nooks and crannies. So I've been meaning to go to one of these hand car washes, but a couple of things. One, I'm convinced a lot of them are money laundering fronts. Like, why are they only taking cash in the year of 2024? And two, I get so scared because all the men, they shout at you. And they like shout and look like you should know when to be moving your car, even though you're waiting for them to tell you when to move your car.
Shout out to Maria. The car's not going to be stolen this time. Not last time. One of the times I made Maria come with me to one of these, and when they got in the car to drive it to like the next section, she started screaming because she thought someone had stolen my car, which was a highlight of my life. We're in the car. Oh, is this the bubbles? This
Is it the bubbles?
It seems like
I'm not sure if it is the bubbles. Oh, maybe it is. It's the bubbles. I love it when they cover the car in bubbles. Look, bubbles. Look how stunning. It's so clean. Don't worry, I saved the chocolate buttons. We're just going to stop for a little bit of lunch. But we had bacon sandwiches not too long ago, so we've just kind of got some fruit. I did also get some new tea bags because I've run out, and some hobnobs. I'm really on hobnobs at the moment. I'd never had one until fairly recently. This orange is a really weird shape. It's like mango shaped.
I introduced Amy to hobnobs and she thought it was the best invention ever.
Hobnobs are amazing.
Please don't cut your hand.
I won't. So I've got some hobnobs, but and then we were having a discussion because I wanted tea and biscuits, and Charlie was like, we've got Oreos. I love Oreos, but I don't think they count as a tea and biscuit. Do you know what I mean? Tell me you know what I mean.
No, you're wrong.
I'm not wrong. A tea and biscuit is like a digestive or a custard cream or a bourbon or a hobnob. Although the world has actually gone mad because we went to the shop and bought 4 oranges, a pint of strawberries, some hobnobs and some tea bags, and it came to over a tenner. What? I'm feeling very smug right now. I feel like this is my ideal snack. I'm not going to call it lunch because the bacon sandwich was kind of lunch. I've got a cup of tea in my Oliver Bonus mug. I love this mug. It says breakfast in bed, even though I very rarely have breakfast in bed. Some strawberries. This is the whole punnet, by the way. It feels like it should have lasted me more than one snack.
22p a strawberry.
Yeah, we worked out it's about 22p a strawberry. But there were 11 strawberries in there. And I eat my strawberries and my grapes in multiples of 11. And I don't know why, I always have. And there's exactly 11, so that's what I'll be having. And then I've got some hobnobs. These aren't all for me. Charlie's also having some.
Yeah, they are. I'm not eating any of those.
Yes, you are. Would you believe me if I told you that I've just spun my declutter wheel for the first time in 2024 and it has come up with the cupboard of death? AKA the one that I've been dreading the most, the one that is probably one of the biggest jobs, and also the one that everyone asks me to do the most. I haven't done a declutter in like over a month, so everyone's going to think that this is rigged. I actually cannot believe it, but of course, like statistically it was bound to come up at some point. The wheel's getting smaller, it was more and more likely. I'm genuinely embarrassed by this one. Starting off in my hallway, I have this pile here, as you can see. I've got like bath and shower stuff in here, makeup in here, and skincare further down. That should probably be in this cupboard. It's like I have an absolutely ridiculous overflow of all of those things, and I've gone through it and I've donated loads of it, and this is just the stuff that I genuinely want to keep because I want to get through it at some point. But currently this is just standing in my cupboard because it can't fit in the cupboard it needs to go in. Let me show you the problem at hand. Look at this absolute monstrosity. This is the double door. Goes all the way down to the floor. There is just no order to it whatsoever. This box is literally broken because of how heavy everything is on top of it. Oh my god, there's another one that is breaking as well. I just thought maybe I'd do like a desk drawer or something. Why have I been thrown in at the deep end like this? I'm just gonna have to get it done, aren't I? I have no choice. This is the before plus this. And this is the other side. Guys, this is not going well. Charlie's got the mini hoover out, which is fantastic, to be fair. The mini hoover is an absolute godsend. However, this is the state of the living room. This is gonna be, I genuinely feel like I might be up all night with this. I'm very worried about it. But in the meantime, look at this that Charlie has whipped up. This looks amazing. What is it?
Mashed potato with chicken and bacon and mushroom stew. I was absolutely loving that. I was just jamming along, listening to my music.
Charlie was like in the zone, being all chefy and calm. I do not feel like that, but I'm glad that you do. Oh, this smells amazing. This is taking so much longer than I thought. I've also like stress picked a spot, which is so good. But I have just built like a, what's this? A DIY section of the wardrobe that I'm very pleased with, because this stuff used to just be like across kind of all of them and also sort of perched on top of other things, and I never knew where any of it was, and now I do. So on this shelf I've got my 3 toolboxes, so that's like the electric screwdriver drill thing and then sort of everything else, and then this is like nails and stuff. And then down there I've got decorating stuff and then like a few extra bits that wouldn't fit anywhere. On the bottom I've got like tarpaulin and sheets and stuff to cover the house in when I'm decorating, and then like a couple of shelves that I haven't put up yet. Charlie put a nail in the wall while I was sorting out the DIY stuff. He did some DIY and put up a spirit level. Slay. So now we can always find that, because we lost it the other day and it was really annoying.
Are you tall enough?
I think so. Airbed is going straight on the top because I don't use it often, but it's good to know where it is. Sleeping bag maybe on the next one down.
Can you just put it up at the top?
Do you think?
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, actually that's fine, isn't it? Guys, I'm actually so close to being done. The time is now 10:30 and I started this at 3:45. How are you feeling?
Get me to bed.
Yeah, I'm so tired, but I've got one big job left to do, and that is sorting through all of these DVDs and CDs. I've got all of Megan's in that basket, but so I've just set those to one side, and now I'm gonna go through all of mine. And the thing is, right, do I need to keep any DVDs? No. So that is the rule that I'm going with, is like the vast majority, the answer is no. I do not need to keep the Planet of the Apes DVDs. I do love Smash, but I'm pretty sure you can actually watch these on streaming platforms now. I've got a Hannah Montana DVD that's definitely on Disney+. The only exception I think to my rule is if they're really sentimental, like I might keep the Twilight DVDs just because I had a very aggressive Twilight phase and it feels like I shouldn't throw those away. And there's also some musicals that I am going to keep, because often I find that musicals aren't that readily available on streaming platforms. And yeah, maybe a couple of sentimental ones like my 2 favourite Disney princess movies, more for like keepsake purposes, just because I think it'll be quite cool to look back on, because obviously like DVDs are already relics pretty much, so
it's a bit like you.
Watch it. Does anyone remember this TV show, Humans, on Channel 4? I used to love this. I went through a phase of trying to collect loads of the Disney DVDs. Do you remember when, and I think they probably do still do this, but obviously it's not really an issue now, Disney used to not release all of their DVDs at once, like they'd only release a few a year or something, so it was actually really difficult to buy them. I think because they were trying to emulate like cinema release, because obviously they've got so many films that if they made them all available all the time, they would like lose their value. So I used to collect Disney DVDs and like check which ones were out there and go to the Disney store and buy. Some of them have like really, really pretty covers, like collectible covers almost. They look like this. They're like shiny. They're so cute. I kind of don't want to throw them away in a way. And there was, some of them have these numbers on. They say like classics and then the number that they are. And they're so cute. It makes me kind of sad to get rid of them, but at the same time, am I ever going to actually watch them? No. Like not when they're on streaming services. I do currently have a DVD player, but next time I move house, will I take it? Probably not. Will I buy a new one? Definitely not. So, seems silly to keep them. Oh my god, I've got High School Musical. I've also got, oh, I think that might be Megan's actually. I've also got The Wiz, which is the last show I was ever in with my like Amdram musical theatre crew, where I actually met most of my like teenage best friends. So the Wiz has like a special place in my heart, even though it is definitely a bit questionable that it was almost an all-white cast doing the Wiz. But I played Glinda and I did have a fantastic time, and hindsight is a powerful thing. Oh my god, who remembers Miranda? I used to love this TV show, and A Bug's Life. Such a cute film. Oh my god, Robin Hood. The Aristocats. I've got some absolute bangers in here. But again, I don't need to keep them. I've got them on Disney Plus. The Phantom of the Opera. See, musicals I do need to keep. Now this 25th anniversary concert starring Samantha Barks and Nick Jonas. And Alfie Boe, I think. Like, yes, he is, as Jean Valjean, Matt Lucas, Lea Salonga. This is star-studded, and this is where my obsession with Les Mis began. And Les Mis was one of the first musicals that I really latched onto. This was my favourite musical when I was a kid. Annie, specifically this version. If any of you have watched my New York vlogs, Maria and I were scrapping with Jess about which Annie was the best one, but this one, this is my Annie. I just realised I've already mentioned Annie in this vlog once. Now, and this is one of my top 5 as well, the last 5 years. I love this show. It is kind of heartbreaking. Yeah, no, that's pretty much it. It's quite heartbreaking, but I do love it. Grease. I'm actually not that attached to Grease, and I feel like it's very widely available, so I'm just gonna get rid of that. The Sound of Music. I actually am not the biggest fan of The Sound of Music, but I feel like I haven't watched it in so long. Maybe I should give it another chance now that I'm a bit older. Oh, yeah. Here is my complete Twilight Saga collection. I bought this like collector's edition thing that has all 5 of them in. And so it's tiny. It's you know, it's safe, it's space efficient. I'll keep this. Oh my god. This is a DVD of a play I was in, and I had to put on a really thick Norfolk accent, and then at the end I had to sing Somewhere Over the Rainbow in the dark with no musical accompaniment. And my grandma handed me this a few years ago and was like, I think you might want this, and I actually have not been able to like bring myself to watch it. The show is called Fen by Carol Churchill, and yeah, it's set in Norfolk, and so everyone has a really thick Norfolk accent. And we're not watching it right now. Maybe later, but not now. I'm not emotionally prepared for this.
Can I just have a look, please?
You can have a look, but you're not putting it on.
Can I just have a look?
No, we're not putting it on right now. We're maybe tomorrow. Cats, what a classic in a bad way, am I right? But also I am going to keep this, even though I actually hate cats and almost anything that Andrew Lloyd Webber creates apart from Phantom of the Opera. But I do feel like it's a classic. It's a musical. It fits. Hairspray, banger. Is this one more available on streaming platforms? Maybe, but it still fits my criteria of musical. Tarzan, oh my god, such a good film. The Hunchback of Notre Dame, now this is one of my absolute favourites. I think it's so underrated. The Toy Story trio, very cute. Les Mis the film, now this can go because I would never choose to watch the film. I would choose to watch the anniversary concert, and also I can definitely find this film on streaming services, that's fine. Rent, but the version that's filmed live on Broadway, so good. And LOL, starring Miley Cyrus, that one can go. So as it stands, these are the DVDs I'm keeping. How many is that? 15, 14, 15. Do you think 15's okay? And then I've got all of these CDs as well. Here they are. And I think I'm just gonna straight get rid of all of these, but let me just check. This is really cool actually. If you like musical theatre, this is called Wearing Someone Else's Clothes by Jason Brown. It's not actually a musical, but it is like a load of extra songs that he wrote that he didn't write for a particular musical, or some of them were like taken out of musicals. So, oh, which one is it? Track 8, I Could Be in Love with Someone Like You, came out of the last 5 years. He had to take it out, I think, because of a lawsuit, and it is a banger. And it got replaced with Sheik's a Goddess. If you know the last 5 years, you'll know what I'm talking about. But my favourite one is called, where is it? Track 3, Someone to Fall Back On. That's a really nice one. I've got so many musical soundtracks. These were from when I first got a car. You can tell how insufferable I used to be, still am. And I've even got a lot of these like musical compilations. Oh, Parade, it's such a good show. But there is now a version of this on Spotify starring Ben Platt and Michaela Diamond, who I went to New York to watch last year, so I love that version. Alfie Bow, got a couple of those. Now that's what I call musicals. Honestly, like my entire CD collection is just musicals, with of course the occasional Justin Bieber and Taylor Swift. I actually might keep a couple of Taylor Swifts for like memories. I've got Fearless now, I've got 1989.
Justice for John Mayer.
We're gonna pretend he didn't just say that. I think I'm done. So this is everything that I'm keeping. And even that feels a little bit unnecessary, to be honest, but I've got the space. I've done a lot. I'm not going to push myself too much harder. I'm keeping those for now, which means that all of these are going. If you follow me on TikTok, you might have seen that a while ago I discovered this app called Zipit, where you like barcode scan your books and they'll buy them off you for varying prices. Some of mine were like £2 something, others were like pennies, but then you can ship them off in an InPost locker. It is the best thing, and I'm pretty sure they also take DVDs. So I'm not going to do that now because I'm just going to let Megan check through these and make sure that none of them are hers before I get rid of them. But it's honestly, it's such a good way to get rid of this stuff. The cupboard is finally done. Do you want to see it? Do you? Do you actually? I'm so excited.
Welcome to my crib.
Honestly, the fact that there is even space in there for a human person is wild. I don't think that's happened since the day I moved in. There's just so much empty space you can't even see. Right, so this is one side of it. So I did end up putting some of the boxes back in. The bottom two have got my stuff in. You can't actually even see the bottom one. There we go, those two. This is my flatmate stuff. And then there's Stitch. The guest bedding is now up here, so if any of you come and stay, you know where that is. This is party stuff, my DVDs. Megan's will also go on that shelf. I think this is some of her like craft stuff. Stitch, please stay in your assigned seat. There we go. In that shelf, I've got like overflow of board games, so I do have board games elsewhere. But I have a lot of board games and a picnic blanket and some table tennis. I don't know, a table tennis kit, I don't know what it's called. And then down here we do have like some empty boxes for things that we need to keep hold of. Then, this is the most amazing bit to me. We can actually see the floor and there is stuff for standing stuff to stand instead of just being literally thrown in and hope that gravity doesn't take it too hard, which is what I used to do. So then, like I showed you, down here we've got the DIY section, including the lovely spirit level on the wall, which I always lose, so that's so handy. Toilet rolls go there, yoga mats, wrapping paper, which I have loads more of, but that's in a bit that I haven't decluttered yet, so that can all go there. And then up there we've got an airbed and a sleeping bag. And I am done. This evening really has been quite a journey. I said the theme of the week was decluttering, I was not lying. The last thing in the whole world I want to do is declutter something else tomorrow, but it is what I will be doing, because we've got to get it done. This does feel very good. Hello everyone, I've had a nail fatality. What a disaster. Safe to say we've had a very slow start to the morning after last night. Jesus.
It's been fantastic.
That was such an unexpected ordeal last night. I honestly thought for the first one of the year, the wheel might just be nice to me. But no. And then to be honest, when I rolled the cupboard of death, I nearly went, oh my god, I'm going to pretend that didn't happen. But it just had to happen at some point, you know? And it took 8 hours. But it looks so stunning, we keep going to just look at it.
And we got the Hoover in.
Yeah, even the Hoover fits in there now. It is true. God, you look so tanned. I look ghostly. But anyway, now we're going to make some breakfast. We're making a fancy brunch today.
We had a conversation yesterday, didn't we? And Amy said, I don't actually know how to make scrambled eggs. So I was trying to say to her, it's one of the easiest things that you can make.
I'm not really an eggy person, but also I'm not very good at kitchens. So
for 2 people, I normally use 3 eggs.
Okay.
But I'm thinking, as it's breakfast, lunch, I might use 4. Just so then it like tides us over if you're
Yeah.
For a few hours.
Okay. I've had Charlie's scrambled eggs before, they're very good. Scrambled eggs on toast with smoked salmon? This is crazy. Guys, I've actually had such a cool evening. Sorry I didn't vlog. I didn't know if I was allowed to, but basically, I just went to the Paramount Pictures head office, which was so cool, to go and see Mean Girls again. Obviously, I saw it last week, but because we're working with them, we also got invited to this screening, and it was so cool. I actually think I enjoyed it even more the second time around, now that I know like what to expect. Charlie came and got me like an absolute gentleman. I can't believe I just said like an absolute gentleman while you're doing that. What is that? Oh, it's orange juice, thank God. I thought it was milk.
I do quite like oat milk, but not that much.
You wouldn't chug it.
No.
Anyway, so I just got home and now we are going to watch Love Island. For those of you who don't know, Love Island All Stars has just started, which is all people from previous seasons who've come back. And we missed it last night because of the cupboard of death. So we started the series earlier today. Charlie was like, oh, I'm not bothered about Love Island, but put it on and I'll watch it with you. Then he was like pausing it so he could go to the toilet. You were loving it, weren't you?
That's absolute lies.
It's not lies,
That's
it's true.
absolute lies.
If Callum doesn't pick Molly, I'm gonna riot. Yeah! She is playing hard to get.
It's a bit like how you played hard to get nearly not turning up for our first date.
I don't think he's ever gonna let go of that. Welcome to Wednesday, everyone. It is the afternoon now, firmly. I've just been doing emails and stuff this morning. But I've just made some lunch for Charlie and I. It's a very rare occurrence, to be honest, that I'm the one cooking because I'm not exactly gifted in the culinary department, but I've made flatbreads with hummus, roasted onion and peppers, so like roasted Mediterranean veg kind of vibe. Normally I would put courgette with it, but I didn't today, I don't really know why.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, Charlie's not a fan of courgette. And then some grilled halloumi, and I'm topping it with some sriracha. I love this stuff. Oh, and put some garlic in with the veg as well. So this is lunch. I've also got myself a Red Bull because I don't know what is wrong with me this week. My energy levels are through the floor. I think it's probably because I was ill last week. Don't know if I mentioned. I'm going to drink a Red Bull, eat this, and then get on with the day's declutter. I've had a costume change because I have spilled food all over me for... actually, I think that makes every day this week so far. I'm so messy at the minute. But anyway, Charlie is left now, and I'm going to be spending the rest of the day doing the side of the declutters that you guys don't normally see, which is putting everything on Vinted. I've literally got a pile like to above my knees, as you can see, that's the top of it there, of stuff that needs to go on Vinted. And so I'm going to start taking the photos for that. Obviously, I posted the cupboard of death declutter TikTok last night, and someone has commented on it saying that that cupboard is not even that bad. The piles were above my head height. The contents of that cupboard filled my living room floor. What more do you want from me? Like, sorry I wasn't hiding any dead bodies in there. Why do I feel like I need to apologise that my cupboards aren't bad enough? I feel like that was more than bad enough. Oh, someone just bought something off my Vinted. Honestly, the TikTok comment section is an absolutely unhinged place to be sometimes. A couple of years ago, I went, well, no, actually I didn't go, but I was meant to go on a date with this boy, and then right at the last minute, he got like all sexual and weird, and that hadn't been the vibe of the conversation before at all, so it really threw me off. In fact, like, I had made my like boundaries surrounding that stuff quite clear before, so the sudden change in tone really took me off guard, and I posted a TikTok story time about it. I don't really know why. I think because the date was cancelled with like less than half an hour's notice. I think I'm so shocked that like I didn't know, I felt like I needed to talk to someone. So I did talk to the girls about it, but I just wanted to see if people thought I was being unreasonable. So I put it on TikTok basically, and the video ended up getting like, I think nearly 500,000 views, which was nuts. And at the time, oh, I had like no TikTok followers. I had like, I want to say a couple of thousand. So I really didn't expect the video to be seen by that many people. And to begin with, the comments were really like affirming and lovely. And I remember being like, oh, I'm really glad I posted this actually. And you know, it's just easy to second guess yourself in situations like that. Like sometimes it's just nice to hear from an external source that like you did the right thing in like trusting your gut and keeping yourself safe and blah blah. And yeah, to begin with, that's what it was, and it was really helpful. But basically, as it then started to reach a wider audience, which on TikTok I've found does tend to be the issue, once it goes beyond like the circle of people who like follow you and see your videos regularly and kind of know a bit more about your personality and stuff. On TikTok, obviously, it really can get pushed out kind of to like a limitless amount of people. While that's like a really cool and exciting opportunity in some ways, basically on this particular video I kind of saw the downside of it, because I started to get loads of like really anti-men comments. And the thing is, they were all saying things along the lines of like, well, what did you expect of a man? I don't even know why you bothered in the first place. They're all the same, blah, blah, blah. And the thing is, right, prior to obviously the relationship that I'm in now, I haven't had particularly positive dating experiences in my life. You know, some more so than others, just like most people. And I do understand the caution around men, and I understand that there is like history there, and you know, I understand that there is deep context to it, but I actually found those particular comments to be a really difficult like space on the internet to be in, which is interesting because obviously they weren't being horrible about me, but I found that every time I opened the app I felt like I was almost being brainwashed, like my worldview was being skewed. I don't really know how to put it. I don't know if I've explained it very well. I'm well aware of what the dating scene can be like. Jesus Christ, I'm in my late 20s now, but I've lived in London since I was 22. The London dating scene is the absolute pits. But honestly, those comments, they just became so toxic. And I ended up making a follow-up video being like, I'm going to delete this video if you don't stop this, because this narrative, like, men are trash, all men are trash, why did you even bother, what did you expect, etc. It is so toxic. Like, what I expected was basic communication and not a tone change 30 minutes before meeting up with a stranger. And I think as a human being to another human being, that's something that I should be able to expect. Obviously, it's whatever now, I don't care. People were acting like we should be holding men to totally different standards to that, and I just don't agree. But anyway, I've completely gone on a tangent here. But I think this is the issue with TikTok sometimes, isn't it? It's like it becomes an echo chamber. So any viewpoint that you kind of express an interest in, the algorithm like picks it up and then shows you so much of that content that you think it is like normal and everyone's experience and like the only thing that could ever happen or could ever be expected. Like, those people have probably been served TikTok after TikTok of like bad date stories. And while I think obviously it's important that we listen to other people's experiences and we learn from each other, I also do think that you can't take a whole worldview from an algorithm. Well, I've had a very nice but very unusual start to my day. If you can't tell by my face and my hair, I actually went to the spa this morning. I'd never been there before. It's called 50 Hill Rise in Richmond. So a little bit of a trek from home, but it was such a lovely spa. They had like treatment rooms, but also like yoga and Pilates studios. It was so pretty. But I was invited by the skincare brand Emma Hardy to go and have a facial there. And oh my god, it was an hour-long facial. It was absolutely incredible. I will definitely be going back and booking myself in. I feel like in the winter, it's so harsh on your skin. It's such a nice time to have like a little bit of a pamper. But coming out of there feels like, you know in the Avengers, when they all come back from the blip? That's how I feel right now. None of this is real. Some time has passed. I've met the girls. We are now in Nandos. We're having a cheese course, it seems. I've gone for halloumi sticks. I've also gone for halloumi sticks. But Maria's done something really quite interesting, haven't you, Maria?
Yeah, it was quite fascinating, really.
What have you got?
Well, I've got my cheese course, which is the new mac and cheese with peri peri crumb.
It looks very wet. That's my first impression.
I like that though.
Yeah, you like that, do you?
Yeah.
Good wetness. Okay.
Yeah. Then I've got obviously my main course.
Sorry.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Chips, no peri sauce, and perinase, very important. It's
very important. Yeah, yeah.
And then for health reasons, because I am very healthy, I have got some broccoli.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's quite impressive.
You're welcome. Oh. I would like that crumb to be a bit more
Crummy.
burnt.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Is it good?
Very garlicky, but it's very good.
Ooh, is it spicy?
Yeah.
Interesting.
That actually stays, actually. Yeah, thank you.
I really believe in Nando's side supremacy. There is not a single Nando's side I wouldn't eat.
I agree. I'd have them all, happily.
What's your top 3?
Thank you. Top 3 is... Does the halloumi starter count? Because I don't like the halloumi side.
I don't
That's
think
where
so.
They're like flat and like
Yeah, the
square,
halloumi-
but
the halloumi starter's better.
where they're like fingers are
Yeah.
way better. Sides, chips obviously, for sure.
Yeah.
But not the rainbow one. The normal one. The rainbow one I don't. It's lower down my list.
Yeah.
And then my third one, the corn, because you've been talking about the corn, so now it's in my brain that I want corn.
I'm going through a sweet corn phase. Happy Friday, everyone. Does anyone else feel like this January has literally lasted like a whole year? But anyway, I've got nowhere near as much decluttering as I wanted to do done this week, but I'm gonna blame the fact that when I was doing the cupboard of death, I actually really hurt my back, so I don't really feel that able to like pick up heavy things or pick up really anything at the moment because I don't want to make it worse. So we're going to continue on with that mission next week, but there is actually one thing that I realised that I haven't decluttered in ages. Not quite the 5 years since I got the house, but the 2 years since I got this car, 2.5 years. I regularly take all my stuff out the boot and stuff to get it cleaned. I just realised, does my blush look way too heavy? I couldn't be bothered to get a real mirror, so I did it with my phone. No, I think it looks okay. But my glove box and this like armrest bit, I don't know what's in there. I put like things in there that I think could be useful at some point, but to be honest, like I barely ever open them and I feel like they could be a lot more useful. So what we're gonna do is look through them, see what treasures we find, and then I might treat myself to a few little bits that make sense to have in a car. Things like tissues, maybe some anti-bac wipes or something along those lines to put in these places so that they're like actual useful spaces. This isn't on my TikTok declutter wheel, but I almost feel like it should be. So if you're doing one of those declutter wheels for yourself, put your car on it. Right, so oh, look at all that dust. It looks like pixie dust. Wow, magic. Anyway, so this is my armrest thing. Oh, okay, you know what? It's actually not that scary. Let's do a haul. Think of this like an old school YouTube what's in my bag, but it's not what's in my bag, it's what's in my car armrest. Okay, a red Sharpie. Very important. We also have some ribbon for wrapping presents. One thing I'm really noticing when I'm decluttering is why do I have so much gift wrap? I know I do enjoy wrapping presents so that they look pretty, but like, when did I acquire all of this stuff and why do I keep buying more of it? Oh, okay, to be fair, we've got a couple of like loyalty cards and things like that. These are allowed, these can stay. Some chewing gum, this can stay. A plastic fork. I understand the thought process. This looks clean. I don't think I've ever used it. I understand the thought process of this, but I feel weird about how long it's been in my car. So I'm going to take it inside and wash it and then I'll put it back. Some ibuprofen. Okay, no, this is quite useful. Quite a lot of ibuprofen actually, and some allergen extra. The other day, I think it was Charlie, someone was in my car and they had a headache and I was like, do you want some ibuprofen? Because I think I have some. And I'm literally never that person. Like, I don't even know where the ibuprofen is in my house. So knowing that I had some in my car was really quite like a life affirming moment. I really felt like an adult for like 10 seconds. Then I have, oh, some more Allergen extra. What is this? Oh, what the hell? I have an aux plug thing inside here. And also an extra USB. That is crazy. I could charge things but put them in here. That's amazing. Look, it's very dusty. I definitely need some anti-bac wipes. I took this out of my car and got a new one because it didn't work, so I don't know why I then just put it straight in there. Oh, but I haven't, where on earth did I get this? Is this from my old car? I have an aux lead for an iPhone. That feels like if my Bluetooth ever breaks, it might be useful. I cannot drive without music. I just get so bored and I end up getting really sleepy, which is not good. So this needs to stay. This can be binned. Then I've got my favourite ever red lipstick. It is Clinique Peppermint Pop, and my bullet of it is, oh no, where did that go? No, not in my clean car. This needs to be binned. Oh my god, I can see it. Right, very gently. Got it, I've got it. Oh, you're dangerous. Right, that is a shame. but to be honest, this lipstick is definitely expired anyway. But basically, they used to do this peppermint pop shade of the Clinique Pop Matte lipsticks, which are some of my favourite lipsticks, and then they discontinued this one, but it's literally my favourite red ever, so I was so upset about it. But okay, that's wronged me, so it's got to go. Then I have some fizzy apple laces from like, these might be 3 years old. I remember them, they were very sour. They need to be binned. Another fork, some paracetamol. God, I didn't know I had a pharmacy in my car. A pen, now this is helpful. I didn't know this, why are there so many lens flares? I didn't know I had a pen in there, but now that I do know, that's fantastic. Some more chewing gum in spearmint flavour, which is my favourite flavour of chewing gum. This one is peppermint, which is nice, but for chewing gum, I like peppermint hot chocolate, but for chewing gum I prefer spearmint. Although, because I grew up in Norfolk, I thought it was called spearmint for a really long time, because that's how you say it with a Norfolk accent. Now this is interesting. I also have this key, which has a bottle opener on it, and another key. And I don't know what either of these open. I think this might have been my dad's old house from like years ago. So like before I got this car, I've got no idea why I still have this. This one, I truly don't know, but it's got a cute little Disney keyring. Although this Disney keyring specifically, it kind of gives me 2014 vibes. Look. It gives me like when we were all into Aztec, like geometric shapes, even though that's obviously not what this is. It's giving 2014, so this could have been a uni house of mine. Probably was. Then I've got £1.20 in change, which is so good. I am actually going to leave that in here. And then all my rings that I haven't been able to find. I actually do remember shoving them in here now. I shoved them in here when I had to take my car to the garage because I didn't want to leave all my rings in the front of it, and also I really didn't want to put them on. Sometimes, oh, this lens flare is really annoying. Sometimes I get really funny about having rings on and suddenly I need them off me right this second, because I feel like they're quite restrictive sometimes. I'll put those on for now. And then I have this bracelet, which I love, and it's so cute, and it says Amy, just in case I forget my name. But a couple of reasons why this is in here. First of all, sometimes I feel weird about wearing it because I don't like the idea of like someone on the tube being able to know what my name is. So I don't like personalized things that have my full name. Like initials I can do, full name, I don't know, for me it feels a little bit unnecessary. I don't need everyone to know what my name is. Oh my god, I just cannot fix that lens flare thing. But also it has like these little like squares on it, and so when I used to wear it, sometimes when I was driving I was finding these little squares were getting caught in like bits of my steering wheel, and I was really panicking because then suddenly I couldn't move my hands, and obviously that's not what you want when you're driving. So I stopped wearing it because I didn't want to wear it when I was driving places because it's dangerous, and I didn't want to wear it on the tube because I don't want people to know my name, and they're the only two ways I get places. I think red Sharpie and ribbon can go, but my pharmacy can definitely stay in here. I've got a little bit of change that can stay there, and also the chewing gum, and also my loyalty cards, but everything else can go. I could do with topping this up with like a lip balm. Do you think I need this? I can get rid of this, right? Just the like backing that the card comes on. I'll keep the card obviously. This is my BP rewards card. I love to spend money on petrol. That was sarcasm, by the way. I absolutely hate how much money it costs to get places. Oh my god, I just found a lip balm. I don't even need to buy one. That's amazing. Oh no, this is really old. I need to buy one. That's like 7 years old or something. That's definitely expired. Okay, so this is the finished thing, and then that's just the pile of stuff that I need to take into the house. I'm feeling positive. I'm feeling proud of myself, but now we need to do the one that's really scary, and that's the glove box. I shove stuff in here because I can barely reach it from where I am anyway. Like, I don't actually use it for useful things. I literally use it for crap. Are you ready? What have we got in here then? Yeah, I'm not enjoying the look of that. That is my passport and a bra. Okay, now let's have a look at what's in here. So I have my passport. That can definitely come into the house. I have, a Monzo statement because when I needed to verify my identity. I have some more added and extra. God, I didn't even know I was this much of an added and extra girl. I've got so much of it. And some more paracetamol. These can all be added to my armrest pharmacy. God, I really am prepared, aren't I? One thing about me, I love to be organised, and I am not by nature. An empty prescription box, a Christmas card I think I bought to give to someone, don't know who, but then never did because there's no writing on it. There's no envelope with it either, so I don't think I'm going to keep it. There's just loads of empty boxes inside this. A receipt for parking from September 2022. My parking permit from the gym that I no longer go to. Another parking permit from the gym that I no longer go to. What is this? A dashboard shine pad. It says it smells like citrus, but it doesn't. Oh, that's actually kind of slay. I love that. Okay, I'm keeping that. It cleans, look. Can you see it? It leaves like a little bit of residue. A packet of Malteser bunnies. Wait, Malteser's bunny. Oh, why have I always thought that they like renamed it to Malteser? Is that like a Mandela effect? Does anyone else think that? So I have no evidence to suggest that. And then a bralette. Another receipt. Oh, exciting. Also from September 2022. And my dog's special seatbelt for when she comes in my car. That needs to stay here. And a spoon and a piece of cardboard. Okay, well, the spoon definitely needs to come inside. That looks like it's not particularly clean. So much of this can just be binned, actually, which is a fantastic feeling. I like this cleaning thing. And I need to keep Twinkle's lead in there, but everything else pretty much can go. I quite enjoyed doing that, actually. Who wants to come shopping for unessential essentials? Goods acquired, Charlie acquired also. It's late and we're very hungry, so I need to get this done real quick. But I got Burt's Bees, some wipes, now we're in the dark, and some tissues for emergencies, so I feel quite accomplished. How grown up of me. You've reached the end of yet another weekly vlog. I can't believe we're 3 weeks in.
Oh my god.
Oh, this lip balm's amazing.
But yeah, we've just been at my grandma's this evening helping her set up a new phone. So
and with a leaky tap.
With a leaky tap. So I successfully set up a phone, but I realised I am no plumber. And I was just turning off.
Excuse me, you successfully set up a phone. We successfully set up a phone. You were fiddling with a tap most of the time.
I was doing the most important job. And that smells really funny.
It's peppermint. Do you want it?
No, I just want to smell it.
Okay. Anyway.
Oh, that smells very, very slay.
It's really nice. Anyway, good night from us. Hope you have a lovely weekend and we'll see you on Monday. As always, leave a comment and let me know what you've been up to this week. Maybe your favourite bit of the week. And...
ding dong the bell. Press subscribe and ding dong the bell.
Absolutely, you ding dong that bell. I'll see you next week, guys. Thanks for watching.
I love you.
I love you. Bye.